is calcite. And calcite can be found all over the world. It is kind of common, but there's many different varieties. There's minerals, there's lapidary quality. Um, it bubbles if you put vinegar on it. So it can form in caves. It can form in all sorts of, it can be influenced by copper and different colors. It is an amazing mineral from every color of the rainbow. It can form square crystals, dogtooth crystals, different types of crystals, very beautiful, or it can be in with other minerals. And it is a favorite. It's easy to work with. Again, it says calcite can be found in a rainbow of colors, white, yellow, green, even pink. I've seen brown, I've seen blue, I've seen purple, all sorts of colors. Um, so calcite is the mineral of the month. My cats are having a good time over there. I have collected much calcite all over California, Arizona, and different areas. I don't know why my cat's so disturbed, but you can probably hear them in the background. They usually don't talk that much, so I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, we'll move on. Here is something, please take note of. The searchers that are in Anaheim, California, they are taking a lead in letting people know about the Chuckawalla Mountains. This is a great area for collecting. There's a lot of copper out there and other minerals. There's gold out in that area. There's all sorts of wonderful deposits very close to the Hauser bed, I believe. Yeah, very close to the Hauser bed, which is a rock. It's supposed to be set aside for rock hounding. So if you could get a copy of this, or I will email you this, you can email me at radicalrocksusa@gmail.com, and I will send you a copy of this. They want to close off this area. They want to create a National Monuments of Southern California, Chuckawalla National Monument. Even if you don't live in California, this is a travel destination. There are so many great areas in California to go collect. They're just being closed off. They want to close off 660,000 acres in Chuckawalla and 390,000 in the Quaston area, which includes the area southern Joshua Tree, a huge swath of land that cuts into the southern California counties of Riverside, San Bernardino, and Imperial counties, some great rock collecting areas. Close to the Chocolate Mountains, the Salton Sea, west of the Colorado River, over 1 million acres intended to be included in this. These were never intended to be closed off to everybody. Professors of earth science and geology, mineralogy, and other teachers use these areas as an outdoor classroom for hands-on learning for their students. It's an integral part of their learning experience. The rocks that are out there, they're just on the surface. Nobody's doing any big mining or anything like that. Light hobby collecting, recreational mineral collectors, and rockhounds should be able to use these lands. They're rich in natural and native occurring minerals and rocks. Many enjoy and looking at and collecting and doing different things. So the collecting site, the Hauser bed, this is an amazing spot filled with geodes. Other sites where minerals such as dummerite, kyanite, petrified wood, petrified palm are all proposed to be in this area. We cannot allow them to close this off. Please take action. Please sign this, even if you don't live in the area. Oppose the Chuckawalla National Monument and the Quaston National Monument to cut off recreational and educational rock hounding. Light rock hounding, it means you only pick it up off the surface, basically. You don't leave any holes. You can only take like about a 5-gallon bucket's worth a day. There's a maximum per year. It falls under the BLM regulations. I think it's 200 and some pounds per year. That's not all that much, by the way. 200 and some pounds, that's probably a bucket or two. and that's it. We're not talking, these huge mining trucks that take, just tons and tons. It's nothing like that. It has no impact on it. So we want to keep this area open. Please let me know. I will send you that. Okay, let's get into some more fun stuff. Let's talk about Belmont, Nevada, the Western Mining History .com. They actually are looking for donations. So if you want to go over there and subscribe to their emails, maybe donate a little something, they would appreciate that. They are keeping this history alive. This area, the Belmont, Nevada area, is pretty much a ghost town. You can see the building there in Beaumont, Nevada. They produced silver. The population was over 2,000 at its peak. It was settled in 1865, and the elevation is way up there for Nevada standards at 7,424 feet. And Belmont was established after silver discoveries, and they, at that time, there was an area known as the Silver Bend or Philadelphia District. High surface grade values up to $3,000 a ton. Could you imagine that? That's amazing. 3,000, that's a ton. Here's the city that was there in 1867. Belmont had become a real town. It was prominent amongst the central Nevadan towns and became the seat of the Nye County seat. Not anymore. It's been moved. But the young town was, there was mining and milling and trading and vast mining frontier, all kinds of things going on. You can see here, the town had 4 stores, 2 saloons, 5 restaurants, lively stable, post office, assay office, bank, school, telegraph office where they would communicate, 2 newspapers, and a blacksmith. I mean, the place is bigger than the town I live in now. Huge mining building there, no doubt. That's a mill at Belmont, Nevada in 1871. Here's what's left of some of this area, some of the lower grade ore. People went to the rush in White Pine District, and Belmont declined in 1868 to 1869. New discoveries put the focus on it again in 1873, and another boom took place during that period. This is the ruins, what's left of that combination mill that we looked at over here. All looked like it was made of brick and stone. The bulk of the production from the district was an estimated 15 million. That'd probably be billions now, maybe even more. This was by the late 1800s. Most of the mines had shut down, and Belmont held on to its town for a number of years. But by the 1900s, only a few businesses were left. In 1905, the county seat of Nye County was relocated to Tonopah. So it all disappeared. There's a church there and everything. And this is about 1905. You can see it's gotten a lot smaller. Yeah. Here it looks like a pretty recent picture of the ruins. The tailing piles were reworked during the 1907 to 1908. The post office finally closed in 1911. There were so few people there. The mining activity during World War I brought the town back to life a bit, but in 1915, the post office was reopened, and a high bridge was constructed to help people get over there, and then the post office closed again permanently in 1922. Unlike other remote Nevada mining towns, Belmont was never completely abandoned. A small population has lived there, keeping the town from being completely vandalized or salvaged, and today it is one of Nevada's most interesting ghost towns. There's a nice building right there. I've driven by that building right there. I've been all over Nevada. Nye County Courthouse, built in 1876, still stands and has been preserved. Historic buildings, some preserved better than others. Various states of ruin. Some of the streets are still there. There is dirt roads and streets. And this is a reminder of the town's once big role in the silver district. There was a riot there once. The newspaper said that there was lawlessness plaguing many of the mining camps. And in 1867, the newspaper talked about a really violent situation that involved a citizen, Mr. Canfield, the owner of the mill, seen in a photo below. And this is the account of what happened. A shocking scene of ruffianism, which terminated in the killing and wounding of 2 men, occurred at the town of Belmont at 1:30 in the morning of Thursday, the 18th. The correspondent finishes up with the final particulars. Working on the mine of the Silver Bin Company, generally known as the Child and Canfield location, was suspected about a week ago, which produced great dissatisfaction with the bands. The mine was closed, and the workmen had been discharged by officers, so they were arrested. And this is him right there, standing outside his mill. One of these guys, I guess, back in the day, that said during the last night, the mob seized the person of Mr. Canfield and put astride a rail and carried him around town. They entered the saloons and they retained Canfield in his disagreeable position, drinking and amusing themselves at his expense. The mob of ruffians finally brought up the High Bridge Saloon, which Louis M. Boudreaux, formerly city marshal of Austin, and others were sitting. Sounds like it could have ended badly here. It appears Canfield was permitted to get off the rail while his persecutors drank. They prepared to resume their march with Canfield, and Boudreaux remarked that if he did not choose to get on the rail, he needed not. The remark gave offense to a ruffian named Patrick Digginen, and words ensued between them. Digginen is reported to have struck Boudreaux in the face. One or the other of them opened the door of the saloon and stepped out and fired his pistol, whereupon almost in a second of time, from 15 to 20 shots were fired, apparently at Boudreaux. As it was found, there were 2 shots out of his pistol. The poor fellow received a number of fatal wounds. 1 shot entered his right side, passed through his body, entered through his back, through the point of his right shoulder. He received 2 frightful wounds from a knife, one which penetrated the groin to a depth of 4 or 5 inches. Wow, brutally killed him is what they sound like. He was shot through the lung, the arm, and it was very doubtful whether he could survive. He was conscious until a few minutes of his death, which occurred about 4:30, 3 hours after he was wounded. So very sad. Of course, he was unmarried, and there's the old part of the old saloon, historic saloon in Belmont. This is where the saloon was, I imagine, and hopefully justice took place. It says that they were very sad. They put their flags at half-mast, and in respect of Boudreaux, who had been a member of both of their companies, and that was the end of that. Here's some of the mine right here, some of the mines in Nevada. You can see them working with mule and carts, and that was a very hard life. But check this out. These are really good articles here from the westernmininghistory.com. And I actually got another one. I got a really great story. I should have introduced this in the beginning. I don't know why I didn't. I probably need to put some text on the beginning of it. I don't know. The purple AXINITE. Oh, I think I did say something about it. The purple AXINITE. This is a new discovery. So I want to talk about that. I've got some pictures, and I've got a site that I want to recommend. There's a little sneak peek of it. And yeah, you know what? Let's just move into that. We'll keep this episode short. This purple annexite here, I couldn't find a lot of images of it, but on mindat.org, there's some images there that you can look at of this purple amethyst. It is occurring in this Canadian discovery along with epidite and other minerals. This is probably the best picture you can get right here of it. This gentleman here is a geologist, and I'm going to share his site with you. Let's see, let's blow this up so you can look at it a little bit. This is some of the stones that I believe he finished. Here you can see this is an epidite, but also he says a lot of this is actually jasper too. So a jasper epidite. And he found a road cut in Canada where he was digging this stuff up like crazy. And it's just amazing, guys. It is really amazing. Check it out. I'm going to plug his YouTube channel right here. So you can either look up this website or this YouTube site here by looking up AXINITE. It's AXINITE, and Canadian purple axonite, maybe that's how it's pronounced. And his little YouTube channel here, or big YouTube channel actually, Whittlestone Geological Treasures. So it's WHITTLES stone, one word, geological treasures. So check that out. This is a really good video. He goes through it. I'm not going to show it to you because I don't know if he has it copyrighted, but you just need to go to his channel and check it out. I mean, he's got some amazing pieces with the amethyst going through it. He's got some pieces with some beautiful epidite going through it. And yeah, it is really nice, guys. Go check out his channel. He's digging it up here. He's got some polished pieces. Really cool. So I want to recommend you check that out. Until next time, remember, rockhounds don't die, they petrify. I don't know if I have anything else for you. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. I think that's all I got. All right, we're out. Remember, rockhounds don't die, we petrify.